What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. My name is Manuel from Madrid. We have Carlos in New York. And joining us for this backstage interview, we have Cici from LA from Death Dealer Union. Hi, Cici. How are you?
Yeah. What's up? I'm doing great. It's been pretty busy.
Cool. To start things up, see, here at Metal Remains, we are always looking around for new music. So please share with us, what have you been listening to lately?
Oh, guys. Some of the stuff I listen to is not metal.
That's fine.
We love all type of music.
Have you heard of Cannons? Fantastic. They're from LA. They're from Venice Beach. They're huge right now on the alternative, on the indie alternative scene. Very seductive, sultry dance music. Really cool. You'll really dig it. Right. But then I've been, on the other side, listening to the new Spirit Box. I thought that I really like.
That I like a lot.
I really like how they do that band. They're very good.
Yeah, they're huge. They're getting big.
And I have been listening to some retro stuff. I was listening to The Cult a lot lately for some reason. The Sonic Temple album.
That seems very balanced. You have like new music, alternative music, and kind of
old school
classic music. Yeah. We're here today to dig a little deeper on the debut album from your band, Death Dealer Union. The album is entitled Initiation, set to be released on September 22nd via Napalm Records. But before we do that, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your career as a musician?
Well, I'm the drummer, and I'm also the main songwriter in the band. I've been involved in the Los Angeles music scene for 20 years, 25 years, whatever. And was always looking to try and do another heavy metal band, another LA heavy metal band that could come out of this town, get on a label, get some music out there, and kind of represent LA and a little bit of some other stuff too. And so that's what I did with Death Dealer Union. And it was sort of a project put together by myself. And then after I got my lead guitar player, Doug, we kind of built the band from there. Instead of just being a paid member of a band, I figured I'd put together my own band. So this is what I did. So that's how Death Dealer Union came about.
All right, cool. Diverse seems to be a good starting point to describe your band's approach to music. But in your own words, how would you define it?
I don't think there's really anyone that sounds like us. So it's hard to say who we sound like. We sound like Death Dealer Union. Somebody said you could say it's ABBA meets In Flames.
It makes sense.
I can see that, yeah.
I can see that, but it doesn't sound like that. But
he
wasn't, I don't think he was super serious about that distinction or that comparison.
Right.
We're a gothic themed power metal, alternative metal act from Los Angeles. That's what we call ourselves.
Definitely every song in the album has a vibe that requires a singer with the dynamic range of vocal capabilities to match with the music. Choosing Lena Cataraga, widely known as Lena Scissorhands, was a very smart move. She's an incredible singer and performer. How did you get her on board?
Lena is exactly that. She's such a good and versatile singer that you can give her any song, complicated song. She's going to give you very professional sounding vocals and a very creative, interesting vocals. And I was like, this is exactly what I wanted, because I don't tell Lena what to do. She does whatever she wants. I came into contact with her through our producer, Valentin Baluta. When we were, in 2019, I was just barely starting to, kind of put the band together and starting to think about, okay, how am I going to do this project? And had no idea that this is where I'd be in 4 years. But here we are. But we were, I started auditioning guitar players, got Doug. We started putting, everything together. We were auditioning singers and we were auditioning producers. So it was through our producer. He says, well, I've got this gal, Lena. And I said, oh yeah, I know Lena. I think I chatted with her on Facebook one time 8 years ago. Or I can't remember, but it all happened so very quickly. Within like a couple days, 3 days, he'd sent me the song back and it was done. And I was just completely blown away. And I'm like, okay, wow, here's what we were looking for this whole time. Yeah. And so we just kept building on that, kept going. And we had other songs and we decided, well, we're going to do another video. And then at some point we decided, she actually took that first single to Napalm Records. And that's how we kind of got connected with them. We made the announcement that she was going to officially join the band before we released a second single and second video.
Yeah, I remember on the first one, it was more like a collaboration, I recall. And then it was the confirmation that she was going to be a permanent member of the band.
That's exactly how it was. I think when we made the announcement that she had joined the band, I think we already had about half of the Initiation record recorded.
We know Lena, we've talked to her a few times in the channel, and we know she's a very active musician. She's touring all over the world all the time. So how do you think this will impact live shows?
So Lena has been in Infected Rain for quite a while. Her and Vidic kind of started this band, and it's their baby, it's their deal. When I approached Lena, we talked about all this stuff, and we'd come to the understanding very early on that she wanted to have Infected Rain be her priority. And I 100% agreed with that. And I said, that's fine. That works fine for what we're trying to do here in Death Dealer Union. This was part of the reason why I decided to go with Napalm Records versus another label, because we were talking to other labels. Other labels were interested in Death Dealer Union after we made the announcement. So I don't see it as an issue at all. And we're a new band, so it's going to take time for us to build an audience, even half the audience of Infected Rain right now. So we are going to be doing more shows, but we want to do them carefully and efficiently, and we want to be able to work around everybody else's commitments. For example, Lena and Infected Rain, and I have other commitments. I'm an actor. I do movies and TV stuff, and so we all have our own stuff outside the band. So I think this works well for all of us, but at the same time, we're giving 500%. The Death Dealer Union. I mean, we are giving the best possible music that we can possibly do at the time. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Great. So right from the start, we can tell that you guys are doing everything great. The record sounds great. We have had the opportunity to listen to it. It's very interesting. And with such a diverse album, which song do you think best showcases your vision?
That is a hard question, you guys. My
Sorry.
vision? I don't think one song can harness the whole vision.
Now, I will phrase it like this. Maybe if you have the opportunity to make your song be heard on every radio around the world, but just you have to pick one right now, which one would it be?
I just don't know, guys. The Integument is one that
I liked a lot.
That's a good one. I mean, the Vow of Silence was I really loved writing that song. The song Beyond Heaven, which was sort of actually the longest, the 6-minute song, we put that on the end of the record, and that the piano intro on that is the same melody as the opening intro Initiation. Mm-hmm. So it was meant to sort of open with that melody and close with that melody.
Awesome.
And I don't know if anyone's noticed that yet, but that last song, we have a video for that too coming out at that.
Nice. In making that decision so tough speaks to the value of the whole album.
Absolutely. And listen to it 2 times and 3 times, because it's one of those albums that will do that. It'll grow on you. It's a little more subtle. Once you start to understand what we're trying to do, I think you'll enjoy a lot. And yeah, please listen to each song, because we took the time to write each song. We didn't just do 3 songs and then all the rest of it filler.
Yeah, we can see that, definitely.
Thank you very much. That's the best compliment anyone can get. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cici, to wrap up this chat, can you share with us one of your favorite backstage moments?
And I think when we were actually filming the integument, Lena talked about this. We were like all kind of looking at each other, and we're all sitting there and we're, ready to go. And, director's about to call action. We said, what are we going to do with the name of the album? And we all kind of like voted at that moment instead of making it a self-titled debut album. And so I kind of remember that. And I think we all kind of joked around a lot. And I remember Lena was being pretty funny. We haven't had a lot of time together as a band. So, once we have more time together, we'll have more moments. But, we definitely have a good unit, and everybody is so cool in the band. We just really like hanging out with each other. So, yeah, thank you.
There you have it, the Death Dealer Union.
The union, yeah. For everybody watching, if you like this video, make sure to like it and share it with your friends. Go ahead and buy and stream Initiation, which is coming out on September 22nd, to double support Death Dealer Union. Cici, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. It's been an honor and a pleasure being here with you. Really like you guys. Really love all the stuff. And thanks so much for your support and to all the fans. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your music.
Thank you.
Stay metal.
Stay metal.